Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Latasha with A Cup of Stars Tarot, and I am going to do a collective pickups pile tarot card reading today. And before we get started, the topic is if you are someone who needs some insight into what your career is going to be like coming into 2026, and you're one of those people who have already put in some type of work towards this. You've applied for a position at a new job. You have applied for a position at the job that you currently have as a promotion. You've been on the job for a while and you've been talking to the right people, getting your information together, playing the part or playing the role of whatever it is you want to do career-wise. And you've been getting the experience you want. You've even updated your resume. Okay, this tarot card reading is for you. This is for people who are really working towards that one way or another. Okay, and I have two stacks. I'm going to call them stacks of cards. They've already been pulled from the original deck, so I don't have excess cards on the table. But there's going to be one group of tarot cards with oracle cards to go with it for the reading. Okay, so at this time, I want you to go ahead and choose whichever stack of cards that you want to go with. I know some people like to go with the art on the cards. So if that's what you like to do, then this is what we have. Okay? This is what we have with the cards. Okay? And again, if you've already done something towards getting a new job or getting a new position at the job that you have, then this is the tarot card reading for you, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you need to pause the video at any time to reflect on what I'm saying or to get a good look at the cards, that's perfectly fine. And if you want your own personalized tarot card reading, go ahead and click the link in the description of the video, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the first pile of tarot cards that I have. So this is for the people who chose stack number one. I did not differentiate, but this is stack number one, okay? And this at the bottom is going to be stack number two, okay? So with the first one, we have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Swords. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles, okay? Now, in this tarot deck that I'm showing you right now, all of the characters are women, okay? So there's still masculinity in some of the roles that the characters play, but all of the people are women in this particular deck, okay? Now, I can already tell from this spread right here that this message is for someone who is already in a leadership role or someone who is waiting to promote to a leadership role, whether that means it's within the job that you have right now, whether you are applying at a new job that has a supervisor position available, or if you are someone who is starting your own business or you are going to be the owner and maybe you're in the process of trying to get employees or someone to help you, then this first stack is definitely going to be for you. Okay, the Emperor and the Ace of Swords are saying that you need to get the mindset of a leader. Okay, now maybe you've been thinking that you want to be in leadership, but you don't have the mindset of a leader. Maybe you are too friendly with some of the people that you are working with currently. Maybe you are a little too friendly, you are a little too lenient. And so they're thinking of you as a friend rather than a leader, rather than someone that they can take direction from. And so you need to get in the mindset of a leader while you are preparing for this role that you are about to play. Now, people are ready to work for you. They like you enough to say, yeah, I'll work for you and I'll work under you. And they'll even take direction from you. But it may be one of those things where they might give you pushback, or they may want you to show them favoritism, or they may not want you to give them so much work because you're cool with them. Okay, so that's why we have the Emperor card. If you're trying to find out what it is that you can look forward to in your career, you need to play the role of the leader to get the role of leadership. Okay, make sure that you have authority in your voice. They know when you're serious. They know when you are playing. They know when you are being friendly, and they know when something definitely needs to get done on the job. Okay, this is what people expect of you. This is why they say they'll work for you, because they expect you to tell them what to do. They trust your leadership. They trust whatever it is you're telling them to do. They can look at you and tell that you already know what the outcome is supposed to be, and they want to help you achieve that. Okay, so don't disappoint the people who are pushing you up or lifting you up into the role that you're asking for. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles is confirmation that this version of yourself is worth it. Okay, this is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, whenever we promote at a job, if it's done right, there's going to be money that comes with that position, right? So this card is saying that everything that you have done to get to where you are and the steps that you are taking are worth it. She's looking back on everything that she's been through. She has the Nine of Pentacles right here. She has the Nine of Pentacles right here. This is everything that she has sown so far. So whatever it is that you're doing, people are paying attention to you. People are praising you. People are trying to get you wherever it is you want to be. You've done the work. All you have to do is continue to play in the role of whatever it is that you're trying to do. Your team is going to be a reflection of who you are. That's why they're saying, hey, yeah. If you get this, I'm behind you 100%. And they are being so serious. You are going to be heavily rewarded, not only by money, but you are also going to be heavily rewarded with some hard workers that want to work with you. And this is your aha moment right here. If you've been wondering, what is it that I need to do next? What is it that's going to get me the status that I want, to get the recognition that I want? What is it that I can do to be different from the person that I am right now? Because some of the people that don't mind working under you are probably on the same level that you are right now. So this is your aha moment. Get into leadership. This is what they expect of you. I know sometimes it seems like, well, I can't manage the people that I'm friends with, or I can't manage the people that I was, first level with. Whenever I go up, I can't manage them because we're so cool. But no, they know who you are. They know that you have expectations. And they know that you are getting this role not only for the money, but because they know that you have some type of leadership inside of you, and they want to help bring it out so that you can be noticed by other people too. All right. So this is for the people who are already in leadership or who are trying to get to leadership. You already have your people backing you up. Okay. Now let's see what you have to look forward to as far as once you get the position. Let me fix this light because it shines directly on the cards, which messes it up. Now with this, we have the card that says Poker Face. And the Poker Face card says hiding true feelings, impossible to read, emotionally detached, and you'll never know. Now, I told you earlier that you are going to have to become more firm in your approach to people. Okay. And don't be afraid. This isn't saying that you have to be nasty. You have to be mean. It's just saying that you are hiding your true feelings. So even though you want to be super friendly and you want to not give all the hard work to them, you kind of want to do the work and not ask them too much. You can't do that. You have to be impossible to read, emotionally detached. This isn't about us being friends. This is about us getting the job done. And I need y'all to see the difference in that. Okay, I can still be nice to you. I can still talk to you. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. This is the poker face. This is the face that you're going to give them whenever it's time to get things done. Whenever you are monitoring them and your higher ups, your bosses are monitoring you, don't they give you this face? It says impossible to read. And you know how sometimes they say, if I'm saying something to you, that's when you need to be worried. No, when I'm not saying anything to you, that's when you need to be worried. That's where this face comes in. When I'm still talking to you, everything is good. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You are on track. So make sure you have your poker face, but you don't have to be a butthole about it. You definitely don't have to be a butthole about it. Now, earlier, whenever I had that Ace of Swords, it's a reminder, because the Ace is all about logic. It's all about thoughts and the way you figure things out. Now, the Ace of Swords is a reminder that you need to react with your head and not your heart. So right here, whenever it says hide true feelings, your feelings come from your heart. Your heart gets so emotional. Sometimes it's dramatic and it over exaggerates a situation. So you have to think with your head. This is one of those things where it has to make sense. Whatever you're telling them to do has to make sense. Whatever it is that you think needs to be done has to make sense to you and them, because as a leader, you have to explain it to them. A lot of people are not just going to go into working just blinded. Like, why are we doing this? Why are things changing? They're going to need some direction. That's why you need to go in there and know exactly whatever it is that you're saying, right? And then we also have the card that says unbothered. Peace despite chaos, calm attitude, detachment from negativity, and not my drama. Okay? Whenever it said poker face, no, we're not dealing with the drama. We're going to get things done. Right here where it says peace despite chaos, people who act out of emotion can get involved in a whole lot of chaos at work because you're thinking with your heart instead of your mind. Calm attitude. Remember earlier I said you don't have to be a butthole about it. You don't have to be a butthole about it. You can have a calm attitude the whole time. While this is going on back here, when people are saying that you're doing too much and you think that you're better than them because you're in a better spot, keep in mind, this isn't going to come from everybody. Some people are truly going to admire you and they are going to lift you up, not in your presence, but when other people come to them asking for their opinion, they are going to back you up. You don't even have to get involved with that. There are people who are going to speak up for you. Okay? You are actually gaining even more respect by not getting involved. I know you've had a boss or a coworker or somebody when someone says something about them and you're like, that's not true. That's not the person I know. No, that's not the person I know. I'm not going to get involved in this. And you don't even have to go back and tell the person that somebody was talking about them. You just do your part by saying what you have to say and going on. But every time you do something good, trust and believe somebody is somewhere telling somebody else just how good of a person you are. You don't have to always witness it, but somebody is speaking on your behalf. Okay? Now, this is what you need to pay attention to. We have the card that says waves, emotions, worry, and fear. This is what you need to pay attention to. Remember, I told you, don't get too emotional. Don't be out here saying, oh, well, I don't like the way you're talking about me. Oh, I don't like the way you look at me. You always got something to say. How about you go do this? And you don't act out of retaliation. Don't act out of hatred. Don't act out of fear of somebody not liking you. We're not worried about those things right now. Okay? We're definitely not worried about those things. And this is one of those things where it says, if they start to get worried about why there are changes, you need to talk if you are dealing with someone who is in fear of what the changes are, or they're worried that things are going to change so much they won't be able to keep up, or their job might be in fear, then this is a good time for you to have a talk with them like a leader should. Okay, there's going to be some hard conversations that you are going to have. Now, it may seem hard at first, but once you get into the groove of it, once you get some practice and you get some repetition, once you start tackling things head on instead of letting them brew, things are going to become easier and easier in this role that you're going to have, in this role that you are taking on. Okay? Now, you need to get them to understand what your expectations are too. Because there's going to be some people who already know you. There's going to be some people who think they know you. And there are going to be some people who have never even heard of you before. Maybe they're thrown on your team. Maybe you've switched shifts. Maybe you've switched teams, whatever the case may be. But this is a good time for you to help them get an understanding of what your expectations are, okay? Now, we also have this legal card, which says at the bottom, lawyers, court, and paperwork. Now, these are ideals of what you need to pay attention to. So because there's going to be some people who agree with you, some people who don't agree with you, some people are going to try to take the shortcut, some people are going to try to cut you down, because they're everywhere. Every job has them. It doesn't matter where you work. But this right here lets me know that you need to keep a paper trail. That's where the legal card plays an important role, because after you speak with somebody and you tell them what your expectations are and you lay down the law, so to speak, once you do all of that, what I do currently in my job with people that I talk to, because they'll say a whole bunch of things that sound good and then they forget what was said. Always keep a paper trail. Okay. After you talk to somebody, either send them an email saying, hey, just to touch on what we talked about earlier. Okay. Because if they don't agree with it, they can just email you back and say, no, that's not what I said. That's not what we discussed. I don't recall. They can say whatever they want to say, but they got their email. Okay. Or you could also just literally just put it in writing. Hey, is this what we're agreeing to? I'm gonna keep a copy for myself, and you can have a copy too if you want to. Just something for us to reference in the future. If there's any confusion or anything, because people hate to put lies on paper. Okay? So make sure you have a paper trail, whether it's an email or even if you write a note to yourself of what happened on that day. Okay? But whatever you do, make sure you have a record of the two of you saying that you were on the same page. Now, with the end of this first stack right here, these are some words of encouragement. Okay? These two oracle cards are going to be words of encouragement. Now, it does say, stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. Now, whenever it says stop thinking about what they think, this is about the people who doubt you. This is about the people who are trying to cause a whole lot of trouble with you. Don't worry about what they think. I already told you earlier, there are other people who are willing to fight your battles, who are willing to speak up to you, who are willing to display your character for you. And all you have to do is just sit back, relax, and do what you came to do. So stop caring about what they think. This is going to be a time for you to recognize that you are supposed to be at the table. You are supposed to have this promotion. You are supposed to be successful. This is where you are supposed to be. You didn't get here by chance. You didn't get here by luck. Remember at the beginning of the reading, I said this is for people who have already had some things in motion. Some people have already put some things into place. So it's not like you woke up one day and just hit the lottery. No, you've been working toward this. Take responsibility for your choices. This is your life to live. Own it. So if you're going to step in front of these people and you were going to tell them what to do, if you were going to go to your higher ups and try to make an impression, you're going to have to take responsibility for your choices. That's where the paper trail comes into play. That's where the conversations come into play. Look, this is what I expect of you. You are a reflection of me. If you need any help at all, I need you to come to me. If you have any questions, if there's any misunderstandings, if you're having trouble, if you need some more clarity, come and talk to me. Take responsibility for your choices. Okay? These are your people. Once you get a leadership role, these are your people. This is your life to live. Own it. If this is, again, a promotion that you're taking for the money, let me go back to my card. If this is a promotion or a position that you are taking for the money, this is your life to live. Own it. What is it going to take for you to keep this position? Because once you get to a certain point in promotions and you get into a certain point with that, you begin to create a lifestyle. Okay? This is where you begin to create a lifestyle. You don't see any chance of anything going wrong because you've asked the questions. You've crossed your T's and dotted your I's. Okay? So these are the cards that come up and tell you what to expect in your career if you are someone who is going for a leadership position. Now, if you were not thinking about going into a leadership position before I started reading this first stack, but you chose the first stack, then guess what? There is a promotion in your near future. There is something great coming towards you career-wise. Whatever it is that you've dreamt of, whatever it is you've thought of, put in the work because it's waiting for you. This is for you. Now, I know a lot of people doubt themselves and they downplay their skills. They downplay the things that they've done in the past, what they're working on and things. You might say, oh, it's just this little project I have going on. Oh, I was going to try to be a supervisor, but I know a lot of people don't like me, or they're probably not going to give it to me. And I haven't been here long. Let me tell you something. This whole stack of cards is confirmation that you can be in a better position, whether it's at the job you have now, if you are working part-time jobs, if you have hobbies and they're just not financially not connecting the dots within your household. This is confirmation that you need to take a chance on getting another job. I was talking to someone about saving money. The money that I make right now is enough for me to pay my bills and live comfortably afterwards until the next check. I don't live paycheck to paycheck. Okay. But in order for me to save money, I was like, I'll just put more money up. And the person was like, why don't you just go make more money? Don't go out here thinking that you have to live all of 2026 with the same income that you lived with in 2025. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of jobs out here that you can get paid very well, and you don't even have to work hard. You probably don't even have to break a sweat. And if you're one of those people who don't like to go out and buy a whole bunch of clothes, you can find a job with a uniform that'll still pay you good. Go out there and put yourself in front of somebody that can make that happen for you. Okay? Get you a leadership position. And if you are someone who is in your 30s and you've been working since you were like 14 or 15, guess what? You are qualified for that stuff. Get someone to write up your resume, fix up your resume, dress it up for you. That's what I did right before the pandemic hit. I paid for a professional to update my resume, and I got a good paying job. I had always said I wanted a job that would be from 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening, and Monday through Friday. And I ended up getting a job that was 8 o'clock in the morning until 4:30 in the evening, Monday through Friday. Worked that job for 3 weeks, and the pandemic hit. They laid me off. They laid my butt off. But I got what I wanted. Well, I got what I asked for. Let's say that I got what I asked for. And now I have a better job than what I got laid off from anyway. So that is the stack for the very first, for the first group of people. That is your stack. And if you need some more clarity, if you need it broken down just a little bit more for you personally, for your situation or whatever it is that you were thinking about whenever you came on this video, if you need some more clarity or if you need it to be broken down some more, just click the link in the description of the video to get your own personalized tarot card reading. You can ask questions and I will send you your answer. Yeah, so we're going to get into deck number 2. All right, so let's see who this deck is actually for. Okay, if you chose pile number 2, these are your cards. Now we have the 5 of Pentacles. and we have the Hierophant. I do not mean to laugh, but I can already tell that this is somebody that, this is definitely somebody who needs help, but they don't want to ask for it. This is a very prideful person. So they've been at work this whole time, moping around. You did some of the work. You probably applied for something, but you're trying to tell a sob story. You're trying to beg your way in there because you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you have gone to work and there's been some instances where it seems like nobody wants to help you progress because you're not asking for help. You're trying to tell them what you're going to do. You're trying to sell yourself, but you haven't done the necessary things. And you know why? Because you don't know what it is you're supposed to be doing. You think that you're supposed to be able to just walk up and say, hey, I've been here for 10 years. Give it to me. Hey, that person is younger than me. I feel like you should just give it to me. But no, this is one of these times where you are going to need help moving forward. And it is so interesting that these two decks are contrasting each other, okay? Which is a good thing. That means there's two different messages. There's two types of people, right? In certain instances, there's two types of people. So the 5 of Pentacles literally means that someone who needs assistance is at the right place at the right time, but won't speak up. You work with the very people that can help you, but the way you're sitting here with your head down in your lap, you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to tell them what your problem is. You don't want nobody to tell you anything. You have people walking past that who agree with you. I wouldn't say nothing either. And all of this money is help. This is some type of assistance that you can get because you're there already. You're sitting right there beside it. Instead of you saying, hey, look, I'm trying to promote. What do you think I can do? Hey, I'm trying to get this job. Is there something in specific that I'm supposed to wear? Am I supposed to go on a certain day? Is there something I'm supposed to be saying? Is there somebody I'm supposed to be asking for? Instead of doing that, you out here trying to do it on your own. And that, my friends, is what happened to me. And that's how I kept ending up working at a call center, not making enough money, no matter how many hours I worked, no matter how much overtime I attempted to work. I just wasn't making enough money. And there were people in there that I could have spoken to, because some people don't make a lot of money because they don't want to. Okay? They just don't want to. It's just some people who don't want to work. And I realized that when I was at the call center. There are people there who work there, who have worked there as long as they have, because they don't care. They like to come in late. They like to leave early. They like to take extended lunches, extended breaks, make excuses, and that's what they do. Okay? So don't be that person. But if you already are that person, then let me ask you something. Do you sometimes wish that people would read your mind? Not like they could, because sometimes people can read your mind, but they're not dealing with all of that. Okay? They're not doing that. Nobody's going to walk around and say, let me try to guess what's wrong with him or her. Let me ask them what they need. Everybody is not trying to do that. Okay? Everybody is not trying to do that. So it's pointless to be sitting there at your job. It's pointless for you to be stuck in your career. It doesn't make any sense for you to be trying to start your own business and work for yourself, and you won't ask for any help. You won't even look for any help. As much information as there is on the internet, there is no reason for anyone to be sitting in their house with a notepad and a pen talking about, okay, what is my next idea? I have to think real hard. No, the answer is in the Hierophant, whoever the Hierophant is in your life at this point. Okay? And this is somebody who is showing up. In 2026, this person is going to be available. And it could be a lot of people who are available in different areas. Okay? Because whenever you are at your job, there's a lot of duties and a lot of responsibilities that you have. And there's people who are there who are going to help you. They don't mind mentoring you. And if it's somebody at your job, it's not like they're going to charge you for the information. Like, this is free information. You don't even have to go to the internet. You don't even have to step outside of the building. This person is going to educate you on methods that are tried and true. This is what they did to get to where they are. This is what they've noticed that has made other people fail. This is what they have identified as things that are going to make people succeed. And this is what they're going to do to help you achieve whatever it is you are going for. This person is very knowledgeable of what works, and they can help you navigate whatever challenges you have been facing and whatever challenges are going to come up. So then that's when the Ace of Swords come in. The Ace of Swords is about new beginnings, about new thoughts. This is your aha moment. This tarot card reading right here is your aha moment. Everything that you need is at your place of business. Everything that you need, all the information that you need. You are missing something, and sometimes it can be something so very small. You think like, oh man, I got all these things to do. It's just one thing that you could tweak. One thing that you could tweak to get to where you need to be. And right now it seems like you're doing some things, but you're actually doing the bare minimum. And sometimes you're not even doing the bare minimum because you think you deserve it. And you haven't even done all the work. Just because you're doing something, there's somebody out there who is doing more than you are. They've already spoken to the person who stands in the place of a Hierophant. They've already spoken to those people. You might call them brown nosing. You might call it sucking up. You might call it, oh, they always in their face. Hey, they're doing something that you were not willing to do. Okay? Now, things are going to come, well, things can come together for you once you stop trying to do things on your own. Maybe you need some work buddies. Maybe you need some work friends. Maybe you need to take advantage of the open door policy and go sit in somebody's office and ask them, what is it that I'm doing not so right? Okay? You don't have to fail at your goals unless you really want to. If this is you, if you're saying, nah, I got it, I'm good. You don't even have to listen to any more of this video. You don't have to listen to me. You can go ahead and cut the video off right now. That's what you can do. But let me tell you something. This is what you have to look forward to if you follow what the tarot cards are saying. Okay, talk to somebody. But this is what you have to look forward to. Now, I'm looking at these cards right now. It says, even your spirit guide quit. Disillusionment and abandonment. The second card says, crying in the shower, isolation, breakdown, and vulnerability. So are you a hard-headed somebody? I can kind of pick that up from somebody who doesn't ask for help. Are you hard-headed? Are you stubborn by any chance? Let me ask you this. Are you hard to deal with? Because people who are easily approachable get approached. People feel like, oh, they have a great personality. I can see a lot of potential in them. I can approach them and give them some information. And I'm going to tell you something. Just because you feel like you are approachable or you have an attitude that you just can't get rid of, whatever it is that you are going through, you might need to check yourself, okay? Because I am holding an abandonment card right here, and I am holding an isolation card right here. That's the first word on the bottom of this one, an isolation card. And these two bring us back to the Five of Pentacles from earlier. Remember this? It all comes back around full circle. This brings us back to the Five of Pentacles cards where you're trying to do things on your own. This is even more confirmation. This is even more confirmation. Why are you sitting by yourself? Huh? Because even if you do promote at work, you think you're going to still be by yourself? This ain't the movies. It's not. Pride and ego are two things that would tear people up on their journey to go higher. I hope that you aren't someone who expects people to beg you to take their advice. That's not what we're doing. But people are not going to beg you because you're not the type of person that they really want to help all the time. They don't know what you're trying to do. They don't know if you're just in the way or if you're just showing up to show up. They don't know that. Now, there is a smart person out there that might approach you one good time, but then you're on your own again. Okay? Until you reach out to somebody who has most of the answers. And you don't even have to listen to this person. They're just showing up saying, hey, these are some options that we have for you. This is something you might want to try out. This is what has worked for other people. Now, sometimes the way that people do things is so old and outdated. But then again, if you're dealing with an old, outdated person who can help you, you might want to listen to them. Okay? Now, whenever it comes to the red flags, you see this right here. It says falling for red flags, attraction, ignored warnings, and drama. Now, this is just one of those cards because it says that there are red flags. This could mean that somebody is going to be a distraction for you. Okay, attraction, ignored warnings, and drama. This could also be an indication that whoever you've been dealing with, whoever you've been talking to, sharing your problems with, maybe they have been agreeing with everything you say. They don't see anything wrong with what you're saying. And let me tell you something. If you speak to somebody about anything and you never bump heads, you always see eye to eye, you need to talk to somebody else. Because there is no way that we are two different people and you agree with everything that I say. You believe that everything I'm saying is fair and I'm in the right and everybody is against me. There is no way that you are doing that. This is the type of red flag that you need to look for. Like, you don't see nothing wrong with what I'm saying? Because even I am not sure of what I'm saying. So how are you sure that I'm going in the right direction? Okay? This is one of those things where you need to question the people that you are hanging around. Okay? Now, there's a good chance that you also only take advice from people who agree with you. And if that's what's going on right now, then guess what? You need to look at yourself in the mirror and do some real reflecting. Okay? Now, because this is going to be your downfall. Remember that I told you that. Listen to people who always agree with you. Ignored warnings. Whenever somebody does try to tell you something and you swipe them off, you're like, no, that's not true because my friend already told me that I was right. So this second deck, this second stack of cards is for a stubborn person that, but I already asked you that. Now that's a what's the word? A rhetorical question. Are you a difficult, hard-headed somebody? Because you know, and you knew that before I even asked you. So let's move on. Let's move on. Now, this is something that you need to pay attention to. For some reason, I picked 5 cards out of this stack of oracles. Something just told me to do it, so I did it. Okay, so we are going to start with illusions. Okay. This card right here, illusions. And the reason why I like this is because it goes hand in hand with the red flags. Something is fake. You think that you see yourself in this role, but you're still this person over here because you're not putting in the work. Okay? That's the way you think that you see yourself, but you definitely are not putting in the work. And you're not fooling anybody but yourself. There's people who know who you are to them. Remember earlier I said that you may not even be an approachable person. You think that people aren't walking up to you because of them. They're not walking up to you because of you. And if you want to truly see progress, if you really want to move forward, if you really want to be held to a higher standard, if you want to be seen as somebody who deserves something better in the career world. Now, this is just for your career. Then there are some decisions that you're going to have to make, and you're going to have to plan it out. Okay? There are some decisions that you're going to have to make things right. Because there's a lot going on with you right now. Decisions, justice. Where you see these scales, they're gonna have to level out one way or another, cause and effect. This isn't happening because this is happening. The only way to make this happen is if you do this. The only way to make that happen is if you do that. And this is one of those things where you're not leveling things out. You're expecting something for nothing. Okay, decisions have to be made, and you're going to have to make some plans. Now, if you rewind back to the beginning of the reading for this second stack of cards, then you will see that you need to work on it. I already told you that. Do some reflection. Do some reflection work. Ask people what they think about you as far as your work ethic. Do they think that you can get this? You need to talk to somebody within your field. Wherever it is you're trying to go, you need to talk to somebody. Okay, preferably somebody who knows about the job, not somebody who is saying, well, if it was me, if I had that, if I could get in there, this is what I would do. No, they don't know what they would do. They probably do the same thing that you do, run around not knowing nothing. Okay? So whenever you are doing this, whenever you finally do get your information, once you finally do get your planning together, once you go ahead and make your decisions, once you go ahead and talk to the person that knows what they're talking about, whenever you get your aha moment, whenever you get a whole bunch of ideas, whenever you ask for help and you stop moping around, you need to celebrate. Maybe that's why I got 5 cards, but this is taking you way past where you are right now. Celebrate. It's okay to toot your own horn. It's okay to say, I did it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your help. I did it. So this is still going to be a successful year for you if you take heed to everything that I've told you so far. Okay? You are going to have a moment of celebration. Okay? And that way it won't be so much stress or so many nerve-wracking things whenever you are trying to do something. It's not like, oh, I just finished, I got to do the next thing. No, it's okay to celebrate. It's okay to take a moment before you move forward. Now, here's something that I want to say. This card came up also. It says, I want to kiss you. And I'm going to tell you what I think about this card. I think this card is going to be somebody who comes into your life to distract you. I want to kiss you. I want to take you out to eat. I want to come over and hang out. I want to tell you about this other thing that I've been doing. Maybe you can help me out with this. It's going to be a distraction. They're going to pull you away from what you're doing. Now, it's not saying that you shouldn't have any relationships. It's not saying that you can't have any personal or romantic relationships. This is just saying pay attention to the red flags. Where did this person come from? Is this bad timing? Use your own tuition about this particular person. Okay? Why is this happening right now? Like you see me trying to do something. You see me trying to do something. Why'd you have to show up right now? I understand that you say you want to be with me. I can do something with no strings attached. Or could you just hold off for just a moment? Like I am in the middle of doing something so great. I have come so far from who I was. I have my mind made up. I got some things in order. I got some people who are backing me up. You would not believe how my year 2025 ended and how the year 2026 started. And only in a little bit of time, in less than 12 months, I am finally on the right track. Please don't mess me up. Please let me have the strength to just wait on this. Okay. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't have a romantic relationship. All I'm saying is use your intuition. Go with your gut. Don't rush into it. You have to remember, whenever I said earlier that there were going to be some obstacles, some challenges that you're going to have to face, and this person can tell you all about it. If you pay attention to these athletes out here who get into the NFL, who get into the NBA, and then all of a sudden, what happens? They get a girlfriend who wants to marry them, a girlfriend who is like, oh yes, I want to be your wife forever, even though we're both 19 years old. Yes, I want to do this, I want to do that. It becomes a distraction. All these things start happening. This isn't going anywhere, especially if you've been in a relationship before. You know a relationship isn't going anywhere. They are always there. Your person can be patient. Your person can wait for you. Or it could, this just isn't your person. This is just horrible timing on their part. Like they showed up at the wrong time, right? So now for this deck, I have these oracle cards called the Rebel deck, and this is the card that came up for this. So these are your words of encouragement. Now, because we had the red flag and we had the kiss card, this card actually says, stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person, just stop. And the reason why it's interesting that this came up is because we did talk about distractions. This might be somebody who leads you on, gets your mind off track, gets your mind on them, and now you can't work, you can't show up, you're sick to your stomach, you can't think, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't do anything without hearing their voice. You got to call them, you got to text them, you got to check your phone every 2 minutes to see if they responded and all this stuff. This is saying spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. I told you. This isn't saying you can't have a romantic relationship. Just the person that you have to chase, the person is going to get you off track. Don't even worry about that. Spend time on someone worth it, even if that person is you. Even if that person is you. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some love. Pay attention to yourself, to your own wants, to your needs. Spend time on someone worth it. Your gut will tell you if you feel any doubt, if there's anything inside of you saying, this relationship ain't gonna do it, don't do it. This could also just be a friend. Remember I said you might need some work buddies? This card could be about anything, but if you have to chase a relationship in the year 2026, don't. Absolutely don't. All right. Now, like I said, whenever I did the first stack of cards, if you need to go back and listen to the interpretation of this tarot card reading, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want more insight into yourself personally, a tarot card reading that is specific to you, go ahead and click the link in the description of the video. Otherwise, if I don't get to talk to you again before the new year, Happy New Year to all of you. And thank you for your continued support of A Cup of Stars Tarot. My name is Latasha. I'll talk to you all soon.